it's so necessary to be able to give the other perspective, because oftentimes you'll hear people that's raised by a single parent say what they don't need. It's easy to say what you don't need when you never had it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's easy to say what you don't need when you never had it. But how can you go without something and then criticize the validity of having it? Because it's a completely different perspective, you know? Because when you're operating like the bunny, with the bunny's mindset, I'm running with that right now.
The bunny.
Yeah, like you're definitely gonna think that everybody's trying to control you. But men don't men that care about you don't want to control you. They want you to be informed about the decisions that you're making, because you're confused. The people that think that way, they're conflating their mother's love with the conflict of a man's love, and they're putting those together, and they're saying, "Oh, you're just trying to control me." Like, no, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, no man wants to micromanage someone every day. Men want to have a linear path to predict what they're going to have going on. You know, as long as you're balanced emotionally and you can do for yourself independently, like contain yourself, you don't need a man as an emotional support animal. That's beneficial to the man and the relationship, and in this level of validation on an emotional level that women are looking for, they're only going to get that from their mothers, and they're not even getting it from them. So the reality is that a lot of women are failing in relationships, in my opinion, because the reality that they believe exists is only in their head. It's the
Yeah.
epitome. It's deeper than just saying you're delusional, right? What you're thinking should be happening is only going to take place in a Tyler Perry movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's entertainment is for the exception. Is the imagination is the exception. Can it happen in real life? It's possible. But is it probable based on the way that you were raised? Is it probable based on the way that your self-esteem was cultivated? Is it probable based on proximity to the people who are you around that's getting that same type of validation?
Mm-hmm.
That should signify to you that it probably is is a far-reaching idea more than anything, versus a reality that is compatible with what you do every day. If you push pallet jacks and drive trucks, the likelihood of having this person that's going to be as compassionate as somebody that comes out of a written novel, and with every perfect answer, is probably not going to exist.
Right.
Everything else that you're modeling, like this version of validation that you think your significant other is supposed to give you, where are you getting it from? What's the source of it?
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
and
Also,
it isn't
anything.
compatible with what you're doing every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they should think more. Like women express outwardly so much, and I think that sitting alone with yourself to think is very, very healthy. And I do it quite often. Like I sit alone quite often just to think about things and think about my thoughts and why I feel this way. And I try to dissect everything, get to the root of everything first. And I think impulsivity of just like lashing out and just sharing everything you feel instantly with your partner and not taking thought is it shows low intelligence, very low intelligence. And I learned that about myself. I humbled myself. I was not that smart and not that bright to be that impulsive. It's very weak, like
you
mindset. It's
can't be
weak.
smart and impulsive at the same time, and especially like in expression for real. You can
Mhm.
feel it, but if your significant other acted out the way that you feel like you need to act out, you wouldn't feel safe.
At all.
No. We got one more video, and then we're gonna get out of here, okay?
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
every time I think I have us women figured out, one of y'all go and do some slick ass, weird ass, untrustworthy ass shit that further solidifies why men sometimes do the things they do to us. Now let me explain. So this past year or two, I've been really wanting genuine homegirls, right? I've been wanting friends. And preferably women, just because, you know, men, sometimes you don't know the intention. But shit, now I realize it's the same shit with women as well. So here's the deal. I'm really big on communication, right? And if I haven't spoken to you in a while, you leaving group chats and shit, and I'm thinking everything is cool, I check up on you, I text you, I make sure you straight, you know, how's the kids, how you doing, how you been, I ain't see you in a while, you know, all this other stuff. I'm not getting that same shit back in return, by the way. But I'm putting it out to you because you're a genuine friend that I want to make sure that that connection isn't lost, whatever you may be going through, right? So because I may be feeling away because I'm not really hearing from you, I'm not getting the same energy, fuck it. I'ma just be a real ass woman and I'ma say, hey, sis, is there an issue? Is there a problem? Did I offend? Are we okay? Is everything all right? Why haven't I seen you? Why haven't we hung out? Cool, you got shit to do on the weekends or any other, whatever, that's cool. But is something okay? Did I do something to offend? Do I need to do something differently? Are we good? And you respond by saying, oh no, we're good. Nothing's wrong. I just left the group chat because the notifications were bugging me. Knowing damn well you can turn off notifications, especially when everybody in the fucking group chat is iPhone. But I digress. I say, okay, just making sure. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. I'm thinking everything cool, right? I check the next couple of days and why am I blocked on Instagram?
Oh, good. I would never talk to that person again. But you're too mature. Yeah, I
Didn't
get
you just
that.
say that everything was cool? Didn't you just say that you wasn't offended? Everything's cool. Everything's good. You just busy on the weekends and shit. You don't know how to open up your mouth? Ain't you a mother? Don't you have kids? Aren't you grown? You don't know how to say, hey, I just need some space. I need time to myself, you know, I'm going to unfriend you for a bit. I can take it. But to sit there and lie to my face and act like everything is cool and then block me because there might be some other shit going on that has nothing to do with me. That's how you do. And yes, before y'all get in the comments and be like, oh, you're so bothered. Yes, I'm emotional. I'm a woman. Yes. Yes. Just as emotional as I would be about a guy that I'm in a relationship with, that's how I look at my female friends as well too. This is a relationship. This is a sisterhood. Why can't we communicate? Because if I was your nigga, you would make sure you would communicate with me. If something was wrong, you would forgive me if I was a nigga. And that's what gets me about women. Y'all love to forgive men. But when it comes to y'all homegirls, it's, I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say to her. Let me move on. That man could have had a baby on you. He could have slept with your friend. He could have did anything. But y'all be so easy to forgive a dude, right? Y'all be so easy to forgive a dude. But when it comes to a woman, y'all can't give that type of grace. And that's what gets on my nerves about us women. This is what I cannot fucking stand. Besides the fact that we be lying to each other, which I already told y'all in my last video, I can't stand that shit. I can't stand women that lie to each other. So this is why I'm fucking triggered right now. This is why I had to make a video about this shit. I would say, oh, we got to do better, women. We got to do better. But y'all not. Y'all not. Y'all gonna continue to forgive men. And y'all gonna continue to show that y'all don't know how to be adults and be mean girls to other women. But you know what? Men can spot that shit. And you definitely not gonna be the type of woman that men want a wife. Cause that's a red flag, my dear. That's a red flag. I
agree.
just like I'm over the shit. I'm over it. I'm over trying to make female friends. I'm over trying to reach out. I'm fucking over it.
She's a very direct person. She's definitely going to, but based on her personality, she's going to tell you how it is. And those are actually the most loyal people, like when it comes to friendships, like the fact that she even reached out and stuff. I'm the same way. Like if I feel uncomfortable, I feel like a friendship's suffocating, or I feel like something's happening, I just write it out like, yo, this is how you're making me feel. And it's like up to them. Once again, it's just that's an identity thing. It's like, if you reject what I just said, it's not my issue. If you accept what I said, yay, we get to grow. Like, you know, or at least hear me out. We get to grow from this. And then that's when you really learn your friendships. If you can vocalize how you feel about something and the other person can sit back to listen and y'all grow from there, you're great. Like, great friendship. But that is petty, and like that lets you know how she is as a, not her, but the girl is going to be.
Yeah, because I agree with the way that she handled it. You know, I think that women relationships fail because they don't embrace women like her.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the type of women that women should pay attention to if they have them in their friend circles already. Those are the ones that keep the order and the structure to, you know, the integrity of the relationships that they cultivate with each other.
Exactly.
Like that right there. When I see that behavior, I know that she probably has a dad in her life.
Yep, I agreed. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yep. She reminds me of one of my best friends who actually just called me recently. And we had a conversation. We'd just be telling each other, like, you gotta, hey, make sure you're growing in this area. Make sure you're growing in that area. And she's like her, and she has a father in her life. And I agree. And I think that's why it's probably so confusing for her. What is this behavior? Because she probably has more of a secure attachment. So like, I've seen something, I've identified that it looks like you're withdrawing, and I'm going to communicate, open the door for you to communicate with me, even be willing to take whatever it is. Like, hey, I got it. Like, she has very secure attachment style. Like, if you need to unfriend me because you need the space, all of that is such like, she's structured, she's good, but just communicate what's going on. But instead there's this avoidancy that she's dealing with, and this childishness where it's like, girl, just let it out. Like, what's going on? But you know what? The girl probably came from a single mother household where you feel something, you suppress it. There's also a comparison issue. So she clearly got triggered, comparison, jealousy, whatever. And so she doesn't probably even feel safe enough to communicate it because, you know what I'm saying?
Because that between the mothers. Because of the tension between how she was raised with her mother. So she sees the potential blow up in this other woman that she's experienced with her mother in the past, which goes back to the whole no contact thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ended up no contact, you know.
Very weak communication, very poor communication. And I understand her anger, because if anybody's like that in my life at this point where I'm at, I'm never going to probably speak to you again. Like, unless you come to me and say, hey, like, I'm sorry, this is where I was at back then, and I've learned this and that. Cool, we can grow. But I wouldn't even care to entertain that, because it's like a toddler, it's a child. And I understand men who are like, don't want to deal with a woman like that. I get it. It's exhausting, it's draining.
Mm-hmm. So we're at the end of the show, and I greatly appreciate you showing up and, you know, running down all of your analysis on stuff. Like, anything you want to leave us with before we get out of here?
No, I think this was just a really great conversation. I'm glad I was able to give you my bunny observation. I love sharing that observation I made with people. It feels like I did an experiment to see, like, social experiment or whatever. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was a good conversation for sure, and I'm excited for the next one.
Awesome. We out.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end. This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm, because that's where life actually happens.